Let's go ahead and bring in Karl Rove, former Deputy Chief of Staff to President George W. Bush. He's also a Fox News contributor. So, Karl, let's look at the political angle here on all this. There is obviously the data and statistics of crime in cities and states, but then there is the, I guess, what Democrats would call the lived experience of Americans. And far and away, Americans who live in this country's largest cities say they feel unsafe, say they feel and experience an increase in crime, both petty and violent. Take a look at this. This is called for too. This from a CNN poll showed that Republicans beat Dems on crime by 13 points. This is back in May. When asked which political party's views are closer to your own on crime and policing, 40% say the Republican Party, just 27 say the Democrats.
Yeah, pretty big gap there. And look, smart Democrats, think about the mayor of San Francisco, a business guy, moderate Democrat, ran as a law enforcement, pro-law enforcement Democrat, and got elected in one of the most liberal cities in America. And Democrats, if they were smart, would sort of mirror the approach of Bill Clinton, who in the run-up to the 1996 election realized the Democrats were on the soft side of the crime issue, and so he called for adding 500,000 new policemen across the country with federal support. So, you know, this is a problem. You're right. The lived experience of real people in their cities cause them to believe that things are more random, more violent, and more dangerous, and they're not made comfortable by things like cashless bail and soft on crime prosecutors.
I bring it up because, you know, the president in the Oval Office earlier this morning talked about the investigation that the Justice Department is now taking up to look at whether, you know, officials here in D.C. and law enforcement officers themselves have been inflating crime numbers. The point being, Karl, whether those statistics ultimately match up and reflect the way most people feel here in D.C. or not, they're going to vote in the election based on their experience. They're not going to vote based on what the data tells them. No state is this more true in New York. You have Kathy Hochul running for re-election. You have Mahmoud Mamdani stepping in now, both doing some fancy footwork to try and distance themselves from defund the police stuff.
Yeah, and the issue of cashless bail is going to become an issue in the governor's race. A congresswoman from upstate New York who's thinking about running for the Republican nomination to oppose Hochul, my former White House colleague, Elise Stefanik, is going to make this an issue. Now, she's put forward legislation which has no chance of getting past Congress. Remember, it requires 60 votes in the Senate, and that would mean you'd have to have a number of Democrats join with them in supporting a federal action to prohibit states from having cashless bail. But it's a nice political issue for her to use. She can say, I'm in favor of ending cashless bail, and Governor Hochul is not. And Elise is going to use that issue to her advantage in the governor's race and probably help drive up her numbers, not only in the outstate, but also in the city of New York, where this has had an adverse reaction among a lot of voters who are nominal Democrats.
Mm-hmm. It's also not a new issue. I mean, President Trump talked about it during the first term, so people have had, you know, an awareness that this is bubbling up to the top of the heap. Karl, we got to leave it there. Thank you for taking time with us. Appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.